NAKenterprise.com.
Some people want to know some things about Dr. Marshall. His life, where he's been, where he's come from. So they've been asking me all kinds of stuff. So I said, why not just ask Doc? So Doc, we want to get a little bit of answers, like a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about your background. How'd you get into music? Like, how do you stumble into music? Because your parents ain't music people. Your parents are church people, right?
Yeah.
What happened here?
They were just church people. They would just go to church and they sit in where everyone else sit. They were not on choirs or not.
Oh, okay.
With me, I think it's a gift because I'm the only one in the Harrison family, and my mother's side of the family also that does music. That's so funny. Everyone is wondering why did I get so good.
So you have a few brothers. I thought they were doing some stuff with the music too.
Man, I am the one who pulled them into it.
Okay.
So when you have the gift, you stay into something because you become a king of it. Because my brothers, they came in, they learned it, they did a job with it, and then they left it.
Oh, okay.
I stayed in it, and because I stayed in it, it gives me everything I ever wanted in life. It's what I love. I do nothing else.
Okay. So the people want to know, how did you get into it then? Well, if it's not your parents, if you didn't stumble into it, how did you just get into it? How did it happen?
When I used to go to school.
Okay.
Me and one of my schoolmates, them time Tough Gang, because Tough Gang was way before me.
That's Bob Marley's sons, no?
Yeah, Bob Marley's studio.
Oh, okay, Bob Marley's studio. Okay.
So surprisingly, I was about 16, 15, 14. Can't remember, but I was young. I used to sing in the school, concerts and so on. He told me, Delroy, a studio on Old Oak Road, I have a audition. Let's go.
Oh.
So we said, what? So we said, okay, so we go. We called the school today. We called the school and went to the audition.
Now, for you who are watching who's not Jamaican, skull mean they didn't go to school.
Yeah.
They play hooky.
We take the lunch money from our parents and we didn't go to school. We went to the studio. So when we went into the studio, the security guard let us in and show us around the side. It was the side to the right, the left, that the studio was around there. But when we went around there, Bob Marley was doing some work around there.
So you met Bob Marley that day?
I met Bob Marley in person.
Okay.
That was the only time I saw Bob Marley. I met him once. And he came out and, say, rude boy, it's not going to happen for today again because, I'm going to use the studio, so I'm sorry about that. And, So we didn't get to do the audition.
Bob Marley stole your studio time.
Yeah.
Really?
It's his studio. So, he was doing some other work. So the audition that we had planned didn't work out. Now, if I tell people that I met Bob Marley, they wouldn't even believe that I did meet him. After that, never happened. Still, I do my school concert and then, move on. Start going church with my parents now. While going church, I wanted to sing on the choir. Couldn't sing on the choir because, if you get on the choir, people have to put you on the choir or something. So one day they have a church concert. So
Whoa. You mean you couldn't sing on the choir because you wasn't good as a singer?
No, I was, but, to get on the choir, you have to go to the rehearsal and all of that, I was in school and...
you didn't have the time to go to the...
Yeah, and I was not a Christian, at that time.
I
was not a Christian.
Okay.
So what I did was, they had a concert and I wrote a song. I remember that song so clear as day. The Christmas song, Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yeah.
I wrote the song, you better get ready, you better get ready, you better get ready, I'm telling you why. Jesus Christ is coming again. He knows when you are sleeping, he knows when you are awake. And I won.
Wow.
That was a day. So after that, that still never, it was just a church concert. Then I met, close to where I used to live, Kevin Jackson. He's now known as Sanchez. He used to live beside me, so he used to go to a different church named Rehoboth. That's in the Independent City from where we used to live. So I started to go to his church.
So Where was it that you lived?
in Waterford at that time.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I went to the church with Sanchez, Kevin Jackson. He was on the choir. I wasn't on the choir, so I went to get on the choir. But as I said, to get on the choir takes a lot of other things.
Oh, okay.
So I was singing at the time, practicing all of that, forget on choir and all of that, and still never get
Couldn't
through,
reach the choir.
yeah, the tolerance, you know, when them want put me through and go through and baptism and all of that.
Ah, okay, okay.
So then I left, came back to town to live.
That's Kingston.
That's Kingston, yeah.
Okay.
Downtown. That's when I met the artist, Untouchable Chris. He was going to a studio, and I asked him to take me. He was still a kid, and he take me there. You know, when I went with him, you know, he introduced me to Soji Hamilton. Yeah, Soji Hamilton.
Mm.
You know, Soji was working. Soji was the engineer working for Redman International. That's the label. And him says, Soji, me bring a singer for you, you know. You know, him call himself Dr. Marshall, you know. So me I say him, so Soji said to me, say, why you name Dr. Marshall? Me said to him, true, me can't fix things, you know. Because I can't fix anything as a kid. And I say, all right, let me go in there, go hear you. I did a song named Paper Roses. It was a do-over track, and Redman International put it out.
They put out the song that you sung?
Yeah, Paper Roses.
Wow.
It was on Redman International label. So when that go now, you know, when we get in the studio now, so everybody know me now, so, you know, me kind of like the vibes. But when we go to the studio, it was excited for me to see that big mixing board that they were working on, and all of the lights and the whole heap of knobs, and I like things where that gives me challenge. So I look at it and I say, so wow. So I nobody want to sing again, and mostly I pay attention to the engineer board, the engineer board, which is a mixing board.
So you got into sing, but you lost interest in singing and you went straight to the engineer.
Yes. So that's when now, you know, I asked Soji if I can come, and he said no, because it's not his place. Him just come there, come work. And then now, one of the guy that was working with Soji, named Zelly, him said, all right, you can be my apprentice, you know, you can come with me. Me tell you when I come work, and you just follow me. You just come meet me here. And I say, okay. And every time him come work, him call me, him give me him schedule, and I meet him there. Me always reach before him. One day, me and him in the studio work, and the owner for the studio, who's known as Gussie Clark, came there and saw me and asked, who's this person? And Zelly say, you know, I'm like a trainee. No, I don't want a trainee in here, so I'm not employing all that trainee. You work for me, you can't bring nobody from this, you know, my place. They ask you for leave, and they come out and go outside. You know, I was so ashamed, you know.
So that shut down your training experience.
Yeah, so I went outside.
you got shut out.
And then little after Gussie left, then Zelly came back out and said, come on, call me back inside.
So you started training behind the owner.
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay, all right.
Well, while me I train and everything, we usually let the studio do. So if Gussie come, would I go hide underneath the board or hide somewhere in the studio. So one early morning, Zelly had a session, and I came with him. I went there, meet him, and I did the early morning session, and Gussie came again.
But what about school? You finished school by then?
No, me used to school.
For the foreigners, he's sculling. He stopped going to school, and he's learning to work.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I used to go to school, but sometime when he has a session, it's on my school time. So sometimes I just don't turn up at school.
Okay.
You know, and then I try to finish in time to get back home before my parents know that I didn't go to school. So, you know, Gussie came the early morning, you know, and see me again, and he raised the hell. He said, what? I tell you, I don't want this guy. Who is this person? I don't want him in my place. Can you leave? I don't want to see you back in here again. And I said, whoa. You know, he didn't want to see me here again. And I said, whoa, and I left again.
Your training experience was difficult.
Yeah, I left. But this time when I left, I went home, because he had embarrassed me in front of clients and all of that. So, you know.
You'd given up at that point?
No.
Oh, you didn't give up. You just went home. Okay.
So Zelly didn't invite me again. I went to the studio on my own to see if I see Zelly, but he wasn't there. But Soji was there. So Soji saw me outside and said, Rudy, come here. So I went to him and said, where are you outside? Come on. Go buy something for me. Go buy something up the road for me. So he sent me out to get some food for him, and I went to the restaurant and get him the food and come back.
Soji was the other engineer?
Yes, he was the more senior.
Ah, okay.
So when I gave him the food, I went back outside. So he came back outside and I said, I was looking for you. Why you do outside? I'm going to get something for me for drink. And him send me again, go up the road. So I went again and I come back and I went inside this time. The one, he was working with some clients. So the clients them said, can you go get me some stuff too? You know, some drinks and some soda and some beers. And I said, yeah, man. And him send me out. So I became the send out guy.
The messenger. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I became the send out guy.
Okay. Okay.
And Soji say I must come while he's working.
Now Stoji tells you to come.
Yes.
Okay. Now you have another invite.
Yes. So
Okay.
it was on a summer holiday, so school wasn't in. So I was working with Soji. But what I was doing with Soji wasn't even learning engineering. It was to buy his crackers and his cheese and his milk or whatever he wants as an engineer or for the client. So I was the send out guy.
Okay.
But while he was sending me out, I had my notebook and I was watching and I was writing and I was drawing also. So one day now, in the same week, Gussie came again. I said, Soji, want to go on Rudy and him and Soji attack, and then Gussie spot me. I said, but hold on, just go again? You again? I said, I hold down my head, and Gussie said, Soji, what him doing in here? And Soji said, you know, say, my youth, me have him round me, man, for help, because sometimes I need something, and me have to send him out. And Gussie said, yeah, that was the next, one of the mornings, and Gussie said, yeah, I hear you. All right, come here. And him Gussie carried me downstairs in the office. And him said, me have some money for the lodge at the Scotia Bank. Drop it off for me and then give me a folder with some money for the lodge. And him said, me I wait for the receipt, but lodge it for me.
So now you got elevated from drinks and food to the money messenger.
So I ran to the bank and lodged the money and came back with the book and the receipt and gave Gussie. Gussie said, why you come back already? I said, yeah, man. I said, okay. And him checked and him said, all right, Rudy. Me see, and he left.
So this time you didn't get kicked out?
No.
He didn't kick you out?
So when he was driving out, no, he stopped. And him said, no, man, you can't go back upstairs. You know, you're good, man.
Okay.
You're good, man.
Okay.
So that
he
was
finally made the way in. He made it to the door.
After weeks.
Okay.
So that's how I started there.
Okay.
Then now, I was still the send-out guy, but I was learning. So I was watching, writing, drawing, kick jump. When he has the track sheet with the instruments on it, I would write all the instruments, then I would watch him with the EQs. I would draw the EQs, where he puts his kick, what frequency he put his kick in, all of that. I was watching, I was drawing. Can't ask no questions, because he was working with a client. There was this other great engineer named Stephen Stanley. When he comes in, he's on fire, you know, full of hype and joy. And I say, yeah, who you? And I say, you know, Dr. Marshall. And him start making joke. And I say, yeah, so you're training? And I say, yeah. He say, okay, come on. You know, him show me, you know, and him say, ask me anything you want, ask me. Now, Stephen was the first one who said I can ask him any question.
So now you can really get the details of the training.
I ask him, you know, sit down now and ask him, and he would tell me now, and you know, me and him talk and laugh, and you know, buy lunch from me and everyone now, and you know, he used to carry girls come to the studio. It's theme vibe, so he is the one where bring this in on me, where when me I work, a woman on my session is what makes my mix better. So Stevie usually carry girls on the session. Clients them never mind it because they're getting the best. So I was on all of Steven's session. So that's where my career started. I remember now there was several other engineers. So I came there to learn, not to have fun. So when they gone home and other engineers come, I would still be there. So the engineers them that the company had employed, because Soji was not employed, Stephen wasn't employed, they were just engineers that passed through. Those were the engineers that come mix, like a client book them to come mix, so them come use Gussie's studio.
Okay.
So when them come mix, you know, Gussie would have to leave one of his house engineer with them. So I would meet all of the house engineers them now. So all of the house engineers them that was there, I became senior over them. Because when they leave and gone home, me still there. Me not leave until the studio lock. And all when it lock, me want to open it lock. Because this thing, me need it.
This is part one. We're going to be coming back with the other parts of the life story of Doc Marshall from here until we get it all. All of it. We got 9 kids to go through. We got movies to talk about.
Yes.
We got flights. We have fights. We have everything to talk about. So until next time.
Bravo.